because they're the only ones that really make a profit, don't they? At the end of the day,
through hardware, yeah.
yeah, through hardware, their DS, their Wii, and then their millions of accessories that they release. The controllers, the Wii Motion Plus now as well, which is like, I don't know, how much is it?
£18, £17.99,
around that £20 mark.
And then you've got to get the standard controller as well. And
yeah, exactly. So
30 quid.
They're still making a lot of money. I'm sure when the money starts drying up a bit, when they aren't making millions and they're making thousands instead, they'll probably release the Wii HD most likely. But yeah, that's a different matter, I suppose. Let's move on to our next topic, which is I think another one that's close to Mr. Ariel's heart. WoW on the iPhone. They just released the WoW Armory application.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? I'm not a huge WoW fan, man. I'm probably the only one out of all you guys that hasn't really played WoW, despite all you guys trying to get me into it.
Yes, I forget. Well, me in particular, you're like an iron wall. I can't even get you to sample that is WoW at the moment, but yeah.
So what do you think about this WoW Armory application?
Well, just to explain to people that don't know what it is, the Armory is basically a database for the game, where you can check any character in game. You can check out all the gear that drops in the game, items that drop, and so on. And you've got like a guild section you got calendars, you've got the guild bank you can check on, and so on. So now it basically makes it portable for the iPhone. So you can look up stuff on the go, and the most interactive part is the calendar. Guilds post events and raids on the in-game calendar, and you sign up to say if you're going to come or you're not going to make it, and so on. And to me, like, that's the best part, because so many times people have been like, oh, I couldn't make it, but I was out, so I couldn't tell you. But now with the Armory on the iPhone, while you're out, you can quickly go onto the calendar and say, sorry, I can't make it, and unsign yourself, and it just makes running of the guild so much smoother.
So it's basically WoW at home and WoW outside of your home as well at the same time.
And at your work.
And at your work.
Well, I'm not really playing it, but checking up on it.
WoW everywhere, basically.
Takes over your life.
I'm not sure how big of a WoW person Calvin is, but he's the only one who's got an iPhone out of all of us. Would you use this application if you were playing WoW, as regularly?
If I was a WoW player, but then
you're level 10 or something. It's like Aaron
25.
Told me you're level 25. Okay.
The thing is, WoW takes over people's lives, right? So they want to know what's going on when they're not on their computer. Yeah. So when they're out and about, I think this is a great app.
And it's free as well, isn't it? It's free.
It is free.
It's free. And is it just available on the iPhone, or is it available on any other?
At the moment, it's available on the iPhone. It's only available on the iPhone. But another app that was on the iPhone, the Blizzard Authenticator, this week has come out on all phones that can use third-party applications. So we might see it in the future.
Okay, fair enough. So why? So it's going to be WoW at home and at WoW outside your home as well. It's fantastic. Let's move on to the next topic. Trine, another game that was pushed to talk about by Mr. Ariel.
I love how you're putting everything on me.
Well, you're pushing all this stuff onto us, so we might as well talk about it. Trine, I think we've all played it or seen it running, and I think we're all pretty impressed by how it works.
It does look pretty. It's quite a pretty game.
It's I think the best person to explain it would be Ariel, because he's played the most of it. Go ahead, explain.
It's basically an indie game made by a team of 20 people. It's like some company in Finland.
Okay.
And it's actually priced, I think it's priced £20 on Steam.
£20, so that's
quite a steep price. But
quite expensive.
But it's about 8 hours of content.
8 hours.
It's basically a platform game where you go through it's a puzzle platformer, so you're platforming and you're killing stuff and you're jumping. But it's got this great twist of where you have these characters. You play one character, but you can morph into other characters.
Okay.
There's some stupid story where these 3 people came together and they touched this thing, and they intertwined their souls together. So
that's where where the Trine comes from, I suppose.
Yeah. So you got your wizard class, you've got your your little warrior class brawler guy who can like batter people, and then you've got your smuggler who can like, it's got a grapple hook. So it's got loads of puzzles in the game, and each puzzle has like unique ways of doing it. So when you do the puzzle, you think, I could have done it this way or that way. So it brings back replayability.
Yeah, I saw a few videos of it and had a quick go at it myself. First off, I think the first thing that takes you is that it's visually very. It's
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's got some nice lighting. It's got some nice backgrounds, and the characters themselves move, and you know they look great. I think that's the thing that strikes you first. And the platforming is simple platforming, but it's got the twist, like you said, of the 3 characters switching sort of thing, which makes each sort of puzzle like small puzzle, like you can take it from different angles. I think that's the main hook of it. Aaron, have you played it? Have you seen anything?
I have. No, I've seen it running, but I haven't actually played it myself.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
Same thing, man. It looks gorgeous. I'm not too sure about the gameplay mechanics. I haven't actually got my hands on it yet, but it does look very pretty. And something that I would be willing to try in the future.
Go play it now.
Yeah, I like the multiplayer aspects of it, definitely.
It's co-op. It's
3-player co-op. 3-player. Not online, though. You have to be at the same computer or console because it's coming out on PSN.
So how does that work?
Oh, it basically works. You take one character each, which makes the game harder because certain puzzles are easier for the certain character you're choosing. So when you're playing one player, you get that character across the puzzle, and you can morph into the next character. It doesn't matter. You've got him across. Whereas 3-player, you can sort of get across with one guy, get across with another guy, and the third guy might get stuck because he's not very good at this certain puzzle. So I definitely recommend playing it 2 rather than 3.
I'm presuming it's compatible with the 360 controller, so not all huddling around the PC might
have like 2 keyboards.
No, it is compatible with the 360 controller. I've actually played it with both control schemes, and they both work fantastic.
And it's coming out on PSN soon as well, I believe.
Possibly this week, maybe next week.
Yeah,
Not sure the price.
And the same pricing. I'll presume if it's about £20 on Steam, it would be the same around on PSN as well. For £20 for basically what you're thinking is an arcade game, it's pretty steep.
You think it's pretty steep, but this is a very solid game, and it's definitely something different from what we see today in the market. Like, to think you pay £30 to £40 for a Nintendo Wii game where the shovelware that is put out that console.
That makes sense.
This is a real quality product, and for £20 it might be a steep for what you consider an indie game. Indie doesn't mean cheap. It's a top quality game.
I can definitely see they've put in time to develop the game, and there's a lot of polish that comes through. It doesn't seem like it's being developed by an indie, like 20 guys, like you said. It seems like it's being worked on by a full team, because it just looks fantastic, and it plays really well as well. So it's definitely a thumbs up from you guys about trying. Ariel?
Yep.
Yeah, the thumbs up.
Yeah, I'd put my £20 into trying rather than putting £20 towards Modern Warfare.
Ooh, that's a bold statement right there.
It's a big statement. But if you wanna complain, just write into Ariel's email address, and I'm sure we'll take all the complaints.
You can tweet us. I've got his Geek.com.
There we go. Calvin plugs in the address. Awesome. I think that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And we'll see you later, guys. Thanks.
For up-to-date gaming news, previews, and reviews, head over to GodIsAGeek.com. You can get in contact with us by heading over to the About page.